And over to the Western Conference Final, the Vegas Golden Knights and the Dallas Stars. I'm going to stick with the Stars, man. I've got them winning this in 7 games over Vegas, even though I think that this is going to be a tight series as well. But I look at the pieces on both teams, and the goaltending, I think, is such a huge factor in this one. Dallas has their guy in Jake Ottinger. With Vegas, it's kind of been all over the place, as we talked about. Is it Brossoit? Is it Hill? Who is it?
Jonathan Quick.
Yeah, Quick. Like, exactly. No Logan Thompson. Who is it? So I got to give the edge to Dallas.
We haven't mentioned that. They have 4 NHL goalies. Like, I know Thompson isn't there right now, but, like, I don't know what Quick's doing.
Robin Leonard may never play again. There's a 5th one in there. Like, crazy, man.
Interesting. What a team, man. What a team. No other team would do that.
No.
but Vegas.
It's Vegas. Yeah, exactly. But no, I'm going to take Dallas in 7 games. And so this is what I'm hoping. And this is, and I don't know what you have, but this is another big prediction. And I think it would be wild to see. Potentially, we could see the first 3 rounds of the playoffs all finish with Game 7s. How about that?
That would be really great, because we know Game 7s draw eyes, and the NHL needs to draw eyes if they want this whole financial situation straightened out.
That's right.
And if they want the cap to jump. So selfishly, yes, I hope we have a Game 7, because that would be fantastic. I'm also going Dallas in 7 games. I think Vegas is a good team, don't get me wrong, and especially with, a healthy Mark Stone and Alex Pietrangelo, who is playing really good hockey despite the fact that he shouldn't have been, because he should have been suspended. And then kind of just, in net, whoever's there, they've all been fine. Like, no one's been stealing games, but, you mentioned Brossoit, and then he goes down, and then Aiden Hill made that big save on McDavid on the blocker side, like in Game 6. So, he's been good too, but I just think Dallas is the better team. And just, sorry, going back a bit, I wanted to mention that Jack Eichel is having an incredible playoff.
Yes.
So far.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, roll your eyes. For everybody who's only listening and not watching, Harper had the most dramatic eye roll in the history of eye rolls, because Jack Eichel is no longer his favorite player. But you have to give the guy credit, man. He has been dynamite in the playoffs.
He has. And, just focusing on him for a second, I will say he has taken over games and moments at times in the playoffs, and particularly in that Edmonton series. And there were a couple times where he made really strong plays with his stick to strip McDavid of the puck, and again, just he's been dynamite. So yes, I had a little eye roll there. I know there's some saltiness there, but yes, Jack Eichel is having a really strong playoffs, and hey, this is an opportunity of a lifetime for him for the first time in his career. But I got to go with Dallas.
Yeah, and no offense to a guy like Jack Eichel, but when I think of him or hear his name, I don't exactly envision a player who would be better in the playoffs, because, the playoffs and the regular season are different leagues. They're different animals. It's almost not the same game or the same sport. Like, that's how different the 2 seasons are.
Yes.
Playoffs versus regular season. And sometimes skilled guys like Jack Eichel, they get closed out. They can't get to the net to score, and, they're less effective. And of course, everybody listening to me is just falling over laughing and pointing at the Maple Leaf Stars, because that's a big criticism of them. But he has really elevated his game, and, kudos to him, because I didn't know if he had it in him, but he clearly does. All of this being said, I'm still going with Dallas, because I think the way that they're built, they're better offensively. They have guys like Rupe Hintz, who we haven't even mentioned, and Joe Pavelski, who have both had incredible playoffs so far. Not to mention their best offensive player in Jason Robertson, who, has still been a little quiet compared to his standards, so I would look for him to explode.
Yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned Robertson. He has definitely been the one star who has kind of struggled, and so I think that I'm looking to him to be the X factor in this series. Obviously, it's the guy in net, and Ottinger, he shut the door on Seattle in that Game 7, so yes, him, but I'm looking at Robertson to be the X factor. If he can get scoring in this series on top of the offense from Hintz, Pavelski, go down the list, I think that, this is going to go really well for Dallas.
And we're only halfway through the playoffs right now. So I remember when we were doing our bracket episode, I mentioned that Jason Robertson was plus 4,000 for the Conn Smythe. I don't know what his odds are right now, but they're probably even better than that because both Pavelski and Hintz have been more important players thus far in the playoffs. So if you're looking for value and if you're betting on a guy, who has done nothing but score at an elite clip since coming into the NHL, maybe put some money down on Jason Robertson to be the playoff MVP if you think Dallas is good enough to get to the finals, which we both do. But before we finish off here, I want to read some stats just like I did for the last series here. So head-to-head between Dallas and Vegas, Dallas was 3-0 this year, and Vegas was 0-1-2. So 2 overtime games. That's interesting.
Yes.
Dallas got both of them, though. Points percentage. Vegas finished 4th in the NHL, and Dallas finished 8th. Goals for per game, goals against per game, power play, and penalty kill are all favoring Dallas in the regular season. So the only thing that Vegas did better than Dallas in the regular season of the stats that I'm talking about here and that I mentioned for last series as well is points percentage. And they finished 4 spots higher in the league. That doesn't matter now.
Nope.
I think Dallas is a better team. The numbers indicate that they are, and I think they'll get it done in 7 games. I'm thinking it's going to go the distance because both of these teams are very capable, and it could just come down to Jason Robertson maybe being an X factor, like you mentioned, could come down to, Vegas's goaltending not holding up compared to what it is at the other end, and Jake Ottinger, who, by the way, last series wasn't unbeatable. He wasn't that great, but they still got it done because he had that dog in him in Game 7. So, I think it'll be another close series. I think both of these series will be close, and I know we ripped on it at the start of the show that these 4 teams are non-traditional hockey markets and maybe we'll check out a little bit. But I mean, in terms of the product on the ice, it's still pretty damn good.
Oh, absolutely.
So I'll definitely be watching, and those are my picks.
Yep, perfect. And I know that Case, obviously, he's sticking with Dallas too, and he's picking them in 7. So we might as well stick with the team that got us here, and that was our only correct pick in the second round. So we're sticking with the Dallas Stars.